Hey guys, Zale here from Dead Bird Productions, and today I'm going to do a tutorial over leveled shops. That's something that I haven't seen. I've seen a lot of people do. I've seen some leveled loot, I've seen some random loot, things like that, but I haven't seen anybody show you how to do leveled shops. Um, so pull up the maker here, and first things first, go in and set this NPC to sell weapons. Um, as you can see here, one of the things that I do is I have all of these shop NPCs set up, and you can see the different types. I just have a comment there for my own use, and for anybody watching this video, you can kind of see um, the different tiers. And whenever you set this variable here, uh, Zale's level shop engine type 2, so that you see that'll make it a weapon shop. Also, I set up a face image. You can see that I use this change actor images NPC dialog, and I actually set up sprites, and I match these up to whatever I'm using for the shopkeeper. Um, and then I simply call this common event. And I do that that's all I have to do for a shopkeeper. If I want to put a shopkeeper in the game, I just copy another shopkeeper, I change the type, I change the images to the new NPC, and that's it. Um, the common event takes over and does the rest. So let's go and find our leveled shop engine version 2. I actually recently just went back through and redid all these and cleaned it up and added some more comments so that I could do a tutorial over this. I've seen a lot of people do stuff tutorials. It's a lot easier if you have it broken up with some green in there for your events. It's also a lot easier for you whenever you're making your events if you put in some comments and just let yourself know when you're going back through it, like, hey, this is what I was doing. Because you can see just by the size of the scroll bar that this is a really big event. It's real easy to lose your place. So the first thing that I do, you can see control the variables, we check the level of the main character. You could do some elaborate stuff and check the average level of the party, but for this, I just use the level of the main character because you're pretty much always going to have him in your party, so he's, he'll set the level of a lot of things. Um, then you see this I do flavor speech entry. So it does a random variable when you talk to a shopkeeper, and then depending on that variable, you can see just if the flavor text variable is equal to 1, then it posts up this message. And I'm using, I'll let you look at the message, I'm using Yanfly's message, message system, so you can see these /AFs in there. Um, and the 16, that's the NPC that I use for my NPC dialogue. That makes it so that a ton of NPCs can use this random flavor text here, and the face will be called by the one that you set in the event earlier. Um, it makes it super easy to get a lot of variety and a lot of flavor for some of your more, shops and stuff like that, where a lot of people just have like one thing that they say. I have a bunch of things that shopkeepers can say. I did 10 things. You just make them all different messages. Um, go down further. You can see now we get to item name processing. It actually changes the nickname for NPC dialogue to the type of shop, and I'll show you why here in a second. Um, and it just checks the type variable, which we're going to use several times. You're going to need a couple different variables. Um, then we start the shop processing, and here's where you see where it calls this name that we set. Um, it's displaying a name box up here, and or sorry, not displaying a name box. This is displaying a name. Um, and or actor's nickname. That's what it is. Sorry, uh, brain left me for a minute. It shows the actor's nickname, which is what we've changed here, and so it'll say view the in this case Essences and Gem Shop, and then it'll pop up the choice to view the shop or exit. Okay. Um, if you go, the exit branch is literally just past it. When exit in shop processing. Because I actually, after you leave the shop, whether you exit the shop or you actually buy something, it checks the flavor text variable again, and then gives you a like outro flavor text to match, so that um, again they'll wish you well in different ways, and then resets all the variables and stuff. But the meat of what's going on here is done. Is done right here, where if type equals 0, this is like for a traveling merchant, or our game features a day and night engine, and so I actually have a lot of like shady dealers that come out, and they just sell really basic stuff. It doesn't level, it doesn't change, it's static. It's just so that at night, if you don't want to go to the inn and advance time, then you can just, snag some supplies from this shady guy over here, and he'll have, limited stuff, but you can get some, restorative items and things. Now we go to type 1, and this is where you'll see how to really make your leveled shops. You simply start with a if the level variable that we set earlier, set to the player level. If level is less than or equal to 10, so that'll be your level 1 to 10 bracket, then it'll display this shop with items. And then you go into the else. You always set these so that they have an else. And I'll show you an example. You can see here how this is set up. The create else branch constant less than or equal to 10. And then in the else, you set another so that it goes, hey, is this guy less than level 10? Less than or equal to level 10? Oh, he's above level 10? Well, is he less than or equal to level 20? And it's literally, you just do the same thing. Less than or equal to 20, create else branch, and then you up your items list. And the shop editing is kind of tedious the way that it has it in MV. So I actually recommend when you're making this to make all your level brackets and leave all the shops out. And you can tailor these level brackets, however, all of them are literally the exact same, just less than or equal to, less than or equal to, and always make the else. On the last one, you literally just drop in basically you have nothing, and you just have your biggest, best shop for the highest level in the game, and then I tag after that. No more venting until next item type. As you can see, you could really kind of mess yourself up in here if you put something. But what I recommend doing is actually starting from your last else and making your big shop, and get your big list, and then copy this list and paste it in up here and delete a few items, and then copy that and paste it in up here and delete a few items, and so on and so forth. That makes it a lot quicker when you're doing this. Just as something I picked up because I did this twice because I didn't like how it came out the first time. And then you can see for weapons I do the same thing. I do a slightly different thing on weapons, so I'm going to show you this. If you scroll down, you can see when you get into the 10 to 20 bracket, it actually starts asking you which type of weapons would you like to view, and it gives you rotating set of choices, and then processes the shop. And you can see in the first bracket, each type only has 2 items, and so that seems kind of but when you get into, even this bracket, you can see if all of these weapons were in a single shop, you would sit there and just scroll and scroll through items looking for the one you want, whereas this will create an itemized list. It'll be much easier to work with and go through. And then I just continue on through the types. You see weapons takes a good long while with the choices. And then we get to armors type 3. And same thing, I immediately start with the choices for armor, because you can see, it would kind of be a lot of items to to scroll through, and by the second level, third level, it would just get ridiculous. So I branched it out a little bit. Um, Now you can very easily, like I had the shop earlier, like this is rune shop. It actually has a different set of level brackets than everything else because runes are kind of their own thing in our game. It's our magic system. I'm actually going to do a video probably later on in the week or the first part of next week and showcase how all that works, and it'll kind of be a tutorial on Galb's magic shards and some of the things you can do with it, with some artwork and some clever game mechanic ideas. Um, you see that I have a couple different types of rune shops, so to break it up, because I have runes that give you skills, runes that give you stats, um, runes that give you physical skills, and magical skills are broken up. Essences or crafting, um, it's always the same shop. Codexes are like the recipes for crafting. But just take you through that. Like I said, then you have the flavor text on the exit, and that's pretty much it. So now we'll got our starting position set here, and we'll go ahead and start this up, and I'll show you this works. I've got an NPC there that'll just give us experience in AP, so we can test if it's leveling right and everything else. Alright, so here we go, and what's up, buddy? And we'll view the weapon shop. You can see it does the custom message, and go in, and you see the first shop, it does post them all up in one place because it's just one of each. It's a little bit to scroll through, but not too much of a big deal. And so we'll back out of that. I am using Yanblast plugins for the shop menu. It just looks nice. I also use Mog Hunter scripts for all of our menu stuff. I link him all over our website. I've done a bunch of custom art for all of his systems to make it super pretty and stuff like that. Okay, we'll go ahead and talk to this guy. Some APXP. I get derailed. So now we're level 27, so we should be in a wildly different bracket. And you saw the random text was actually different. I went a little fast there. Back out and go again. Hello friend, got some premium goods for you today. We'll view the weapon shop, and we'll look at swords. I'm a swords guy. And you can see there, it's leveled now. The weapon shop has a different set, and it posts up the choices so that you can choose which type of weapon you'd like to view. You could do that with HemeWorks. They have an awesome plugin for multiple choices, multiple options, so that you could have a scrolling list. I don't do that for this to make it a little simpler on the player. Though I may go back and add that in later. And I'll take it easy, friend. I'm gonna go ahead and level up a bunch more. Oh, this time break out the good stuff since you look like you got a bulging money patch. And we'll go back to swords, since that's what we looked at earlier. And you see now they've got a new sword in there, so that's working. Super simple system, but if you're doing a game with a lot of like open world exploration or something like that, it'd be a really great way to ease up the creation and make shops easier on you. Also, if you're using leveled monsters, this would be a good system so that if the party is leveling, they don't ever really hit a point until maybe late game where the shops can always help them. You can go back to any town, any shopkeeper, and a shop is a shop, just based on what type it is, which I showed that you can break it up. But I think that's gonna do it for this video, guys. Please, if you like it, like, favorite, share, and subscribe. And as always, if you're gaming, may all your loots be fat.